Let's go. Let's sharpen our skills on life.
Don't you know that you're the truth? This can be true. You are a one percenter. You're out of reach to everyone but me. You are my king. You are a one percenter.
Have you ever watched geese migrate in a V-shaped formation? They accomplish this fascinating pattern by following the lead of the commander who flies in the front. The leadership changes over time, rotating according to the demands of the voyage. Nonetheless, a clear leader is core to the migratory strategy. The migrating geese know to cooperate with their commander because he or she flies in the front of the flock and sees what lies ahead before anybody else. Being that the lead goose flies ahead of the flock, he or she is burdened by having to break through the heaviest wind. The commander's bodily sacrifice alone makes it easier for the other geese to fly ahead. If the geese do not cooperate with the commander who has foresight, then they will be scattered in the sky with no flock awareness or clear destination.
In the same manner, order can only be established amongst a group of people through sound leadership and cooperation. When cooperation or obedience is activated, then unity is realized. Unity means that the population shares a vision and one brain. The brain of the population is located in the head of the body. Thus, every crowd has a leader. Every multitude has a head who establishes its direction. The head determines how the population is managed. The population's movements and its purpose is all determined by the leader. A successful leader leads the population in the direction of its long-term survival and prosperity, in spite of any temporary difficulties along the way. A failed or challenged leader ultimately leads the population to its destruction, even when the people experience some wins before the downfall. Popular belief says that the majority rules. This concept is far from reality. People intrinsically have individual thoughts, visions, and directions. It takes a centralized program, like a central processing unit, to create messages that are sent out by the motherboard or the broadcast to individuals. In order for the multitude to get organized and for the people to share the same dream. In other words, the majority does not rule itself. Its brain rules it. The crowd moves with one mind, uno animo. And the brain is where the leader resides. Hopefully, the leader is not driven by selfish ambition. He or she should calculate the needs and the wants of individuals. Estimate the signs or omens, average out this data, and include it in the processing of the vision or the program. When assessing the effectiveness of the group, one must keep in mind that quantity is only as great as its quality. This dispels the old belief that there is power in numbers. When the many are weak, the ferocious appearance of a large crowd is an intimidation factor alone. When it is time to perform, the large mass will be dominated by the smaller group, as the individuals in the smaller group are stronger. Power is based on quality, not quantity.
Imagine this. If an army walks into the Red Sea, the sea does not have to part for the army. A group does not automatically have the power to make things move based on its size alone.
Regardless of size, a group, small or large, has the power to change or transform its environment when it is being led by the right vision.
The right vision is a vision that is aligned with reality and possibility. It is not based on delusion, lies, or false data.
If the head does not compute true patterns as it establishes a vision for the people, then the program will malfunction and breed chaos. A successful leader is sure to have the right vision. He or she sees the world with clarity and detail, universally and microscopically. A successful leader is not just focused on the current landscape. He or she is certain to lay a foundation for future generations. To illustrate, let us consider a significant figure from ancient history, Augustus Caesar, the first emperor of the Roman Empire. After the assassination of Julius Caesar, the Roman world was plunged into a bloody civil war. At only 19 years old, Octavian, Julius Caesar's heir, raised and financed an army, formed an alliance, and seized control of the Roman state. Octavian rose to power and became the first emperor of the Roman Empire. Although he offered to transfer power to the Senate, the people instead promoted him and named him Augustus Caesar, the first emperor. The people recognized him as savior of their society. His vision of a prosperous and stable Rome resonated with them. Being a successful leader, Augustus Caesar was able to establish stability, financial prosperity, and cultural advancement for 200 years. The people chose well. Reflecting on his early life as a leader, Augustus recalled, "Annos unde vigendi natus exercitum
Privato consilio et privata impensa comparavi, perquem rem publicam a dominatione factionis oppressam in libertatem vindicavi." At 19 years old, I raised an army on my own initiative and at my own expense, through which I liberated the republic, which was oppressed by the domination of a faction. Addressing the Senate in January 27 BC, Augustus spoke these words: "Ita mihi salvum ac sospitem rem publicam sistere in sua sede liciat atque eius re fructum percipere, quem teto, ut optimi status auctor, dicar moriens ut ferram mecum spem, mansura investigio suo fundamenta republicae quae iecero." May I be permitted to successfully establish the Republic in its secure station and reap the reward I seek, that I may be called the author of the best possible condition of state, and carry with me the dying hope that the foundations of the republic which I have laid will remain firmly in their place. In this statement, although he intended on transferring his power to the Senate, they didn't let him step down and instead expanded his reach and territory.
The quality of leadership is not the only determining factor in the success or damnation of a group as a whole. The multitude plays a role in its own future. When people truly want success as a group, then they are likely to be attracted to a good leader. They align themselves with the leader's vision because it resonates with them. Next, they assume their roles in the strategic play as it is assigned to them. In this instance, they can expect good results and a dream realized. Nevertheless, at times, people tend to self-sabotage because they do not want to do all of the work involved in being truly successful. They pedestalize poor leaders who will offer them the shortcut in gaining the prize. They do not desire a leader in reality, but instead someone who will give them the code to the safe. They are not in alignment with reality. In reality, there are no shortcuts to true power and abundance. The right vision is all strategy, righteous sacrifice, consistent work, and respect for the truth. As the saying goes, vincit omnia veritas. The truth conquers all things.
Don't you know that you're the truth? This can be true. You are a one-person time. You're out of reach to everyone but me. You are my king. You are a one-person time.